Well met, lords and ladies. Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome back to another episode of. So, you might be wondering why I'm starting half an hour later than usual. That is just because I have been. I've gone into editing catch up mode well and truly today, the first time. So, I have. So I was busy trying to finish up a certain segment of a scene, then realized I wouldn't have time to render it anyway because the stream's had enough problems recently. So I've left that there, but while I'm eating, I can render it, and that will save a bit of time. Every little bit counts when you're as behind as I am, and I've going through that. So, but of course, I didn't want to start too late because clearly, like I said before, the stream's had enough issues, and we have resolved what it was. So if you were here yesterday, it turns out all I had to do was switch browsers, which of course meant ending the stream in the first place anyway. If you weren't there for yesterday's disaster of a stream playback, or for any of the other restreams where it hasn't properly worked for some time, lucky you. But we do not have to deal with that today. Today we are back to full quality, and by full quality I mean 720p because that's what the download came in as, because that's always how it happens. But either way, today's episode is Disco Pop's episode 7, Matthew and Kim's Coronation, or reverse that because the title is for the first time. I guess Johnny's trying out a new title format, which is name first, then the episode. Which, you know what? Fair enough. That's another way of doing it. And I think that's the way that most Maestro episodes came packaged. So yeah, yes, KW, you are in fact in the intro. Emily made that one recently. So yeah, Jacob is also planning my murder. Okay. What Ghosty's referring to is a conversation we just had. So when Ghosty and I sent each other clips of Legend of Evantris. That's a group that we are that we're fans of, and that's where Chuckles the clown comes from. This guy, yeah, that one. So that wasn't actually not very. That was actually not very good. Anyway, point is, I sent a new one, and then Ghosty randomly said that she was getting into looking up the Ashley the Ashley meme, which I was talking about behind the. I think I talked about yesterday how that was basically my villain origin story because I somehow the only bit of Has-Been Hotel adjacent content I came across over 4 years of avoiding the show until reviewing it was compilation people have made of people flirting with one of the animators on stream. So and that hearing people with having the power to make someone that flustered through the power of their voice alone was very hilarious to me. And so combining that with the Cole Gray Taming the Bad Boy voice, that's what got that started. So I was thinking about those two things, and because Ashley and Chuckles were in my brain at the exact same time, I said to Ghosty, "Oh, you just gave me an idea, see you in the stream." So all I was going to do was this. Oh, Ashley. There you go. Why you're not in the review. What do you call a clown that everyone tries to avoid? I don't know about you, but I call that my own reflection. So yeah. Oh. God, that's still funny. 4 years after the Ashley thing, still funny. Yeah. All right. Anyways, hello to Eli, who just missed out on that nonsense. Joshua's here to witness it. And did I miss anyone else? Don't think I did. All right. Well, I guess we'll get on to Disco Pops. I also heard from Josh's new Ballet Pops episode coming out, or out now. Josh has ever since I got back has like sent me a few things. I think he also wanted me to check out some more Green Knight and Memory's Recipe, and I said I'll do that after your first recommendation, which was Disco Pop, because I pushed that aside to Secrets of the Plex, which turned out to be a mistake. Anyway, we're continuing. My social media is cursed by Chuck of the OKW, you can't escape me. Philly Billy, you thought you were free from my clutches? Not so, and neither are you, Ghosty. I am everywhere. The Honk Legion has eyes and ears everywhere across the cosmos. uh, this is what I miss with live streams. I miss just, torturing the chat a bit. You're very welcome. Okay, let's actually watch the video. So today is the day that Kim's coronation seems to go through. And yeah, I forgot like the whole interaction with Matthew and it's like how far along they were together as well. So I guess I'll fill in my own mind about this kind of things. I forgot to uh re relearn what I had known previously because again with the recent Disco Pops episodes, they haven't really had much to do with Kim's rise and such, which I don't necessarily mind. I'm more talking about in the description the fact that it seems very premature once again to go into these arcs. Johnny, time and time again, I've advised him in the past to because this is a revival series. Most of these things that are happening, these big story beats, these big like events that occurred, happened a significant time into the original series, sometimes seasons away. That's mostly because Johnny hadn't come up with ideas yet, but it still felt like everything was established enough and these things were spaced out enough to not have to go through that. It seems like Johnny's is on a speed run to cover all the major events of Disco Pops, but then also seemed kind of unsure in his community post as to where to take the series from this point onwards. Which to me feels like, as someone who tends to, at least when writing books, sometimes with series as well, but mostly books, I usually have a beginning and an end in mind, and the middle is the part that I figure out as I go. That might not be the best writing advice. That's just how I've done it. Don't take my word for it if that's not your process. But yeah, someone who does that and thinks of like the middle portions, those big events are also spaced out in between those moments. So I think that's something that Johnny is still missing out on, is the fact that, he can build up the hype to see these things again or in some different format, but also doesn't have to, but also because if he's gonna run out of ideas, then keep some of the ideas in reserve so that you can cover up the parts in between. Say that Kim and Matthew have a little bit more time to prepare for this coronation, or things have been sped up because I believe they're still both in school, right? So it seems like a little bit of a premature thing chronologically, anyway, as well. But I guess we'll see. Don't mind about writing books. I'm casting again this book too. I'm procrastinating with Earth Takes Gold. I spent most of the time in it when I was in Madrid writing a different book. So yeah, don't worry about that so much. I've been doing that too. So it's a weird thing for me. It's like I have like a bunch of things going on at the same time. Whichever one I decide to write in the moment, it's like if I get bored of one story for a bit or I don't know where it's going to go, I'll go to another one, and then that's yeah. Anyways, I guess we'll see if my suspicions are correct or not. Like I said, can't judge too much before you've seen it. It's all the whole judge a book by its cover thing, I suppose. So I guess let's judge the video by its contents. Without further ado, on with the review. What if I don't meet the needs of the people of Clearshire? Princess, you okay? I'm really nervous, Amelia. I'm worried about meeting the demands of my people. It's a big responsibility, that's for sure. But don't overthink it. What was that accent for the maid? I've been giving the maids Cockney accents the whole time. Every time there's a gacha maid, I always give them a Cockney accent. That's just what I do. I've watched too much Agatha Christie content, that's why. You'll have your friends, family, and advisors to help you. Am I from Downton Abbey? Well, I mean, I guess relatively same time period, so I suppose. Agatha Christie was a little bit after Downton Abbey is set, I believe, but whatever. Same idea. Just take some deep breaths. Okay. I will say, this is actually, a genuine concern that you would actually have in this situation. And I guess another thing that, we could have done if this was a little bit further down the line was have a little bit more of like what kind of place Clearshire is like in the first place. I was going to compare this situation to Super Pops because in Super Pops there is obviously uh spoilers a bit, but Peyton finds out that she's a princess halfway through. Dare I say, I think that's sort of the inspiration for every pop character revealed to be a princess has been in the franchise, but Eli can correct me if I'm wrong about that one. And that is a revelation, but she still stays around for quite some time, but she's also sometimes away. She's reconnected with her long lost brother, and I think she's also not the crown princess, from what I understand. So it's not like she has like that's extra responsibility, but at the same time, still, you know, reconnecting with the family. That doesn't also happen all on screen. In fact, dare I say, sometimes it seems like they had an excuse for the actress when she was absent for other reasons. But that's my speculation. So I don't know. That's but that kind of that seems to me like the best process, and also because again she was school age. I don't know what happens towards the end of the series, but maybe potentially there's something else that happens after she graduates. I don't know. Super Pop finds out she is a princess. OMG, that is so new. Whoever thought that surprise? Watch Winx Club before Super Pops. I mean, yeah, Winx Club, the same thing happened, and in that situation, it was the literal main character as well. Actually, you know what? Ballroom Pops had a princess find out that, she was a princess, but she was from a kingdom that no one was left from. So that feels like a bit more of a connection than this one. Yeah, than Super Pops. But yeah, to be fair to Winx Club, a lot of them were princesses in the first place anyway. Like they were already revealed as such. Not all of them, but yeah. Oh, that's a power Peyton next episode. The cat just never come. Wow. Okay. That also explains a lot in terms of the mindset of like, oh yeah, these characters, there's one going to be a princess, and that's going to be their departure from the series almost immediately. You know what? That I can. That's it. All makes sense now. That I should be annoyed that you spoiled that for me, but actually, you know what? I'm not because I understand Johnny a bit more. Oh dearie me. Anyway, hey honey, ready for our coronation? I forgot you were a character, Matthew, but welcome back. Yeah, hopefully nothing bad happens to it. Epic Wait, hold on. Epic foreshadowing. There you go. The Grand Hall. I can't believe it's Kim's coronation today. And just because Aiden's not here, I will say it, these outfits do seem slightly coordinated. Actually, wait a minute, they're entirely coordinated. I just realized I thought that some of them didn't have like the design in the front with like the cross and the line. Then I realized, yeah, all of them do, just you can't see it on the white and yellow as easily. So I suppose that's interesting. Again, they're coordinated towards like what pop colors they actually have. Not exactly the most secret of entities, but that's the issue with the source material as well. um, I guess you could sort of say in this, like, in this situation, maybe they didn't all have dresses or something, so they were all given the same thing. Kind of like bridesmaids matching to some extent for a wedding. That seems to be fairly popular. So yeah, I suppose. Okay. Was there a movie or a show where they killed off a character because the actor had to leave the show because of cancer? Oh wait, Supernatural mom died in the show because the mum had to fight cancer. Oh, I've not watched the Supernatural, so yeah, had no idea about that. But yeah, sometimes they do come up with like excuses as to why certain characters have to, have like off-screen reasons. It's usually a thing in live action shows, because with animated shows, of course, recasting is much simpler. I guess you give like the example of Avatar: The Last Airbender, where Mako passed away, so they recast Greg Baldwin, who was apparently someone who just did the best Mako impression they could find at the time. Which, you know what, there you go. Um, but yeah, with live action, it's a bit more complicated. Even The Matrix, at one point, the actress who played the Oracle in the first two movies also died, and they had like some sort of convoluted reason as to why as to why they were as to why like the Oracle had a new appearance. It's like, oh yeah, I made a choice, and that choice cost me more than I wanted to. And it's like, they don't outright say it, but if you know the behind the scenes, you can kind of understand, or just know how movies work. Sometimes that is the thing to do. Sometimes they just do what they did in Harry Potter, where they just recast the character and continue. And to some extent, that because you could argue that should be the standard. Okay, sometimes, because I mean, as much as you can be attached to a particular actor in a performance role, if it's physically impossible to keep that anymore, sometimes to like not disrupt the story, that would be a thing to carry on. But if something ever happened to me, Lord knows, I hope it doesn't. But yeah, I'd hope that people were able to fill in the roles that I have done, or I was still doing at the time. Yeah, why not? But to each their own. I guess there's arguments for either side. Anyway, I found out the first Warhammer guy was gone replaced because he wanted more money. Yeah, there's also some situations where that kind of thing happens, or there's other reasons where it's not like death. There's obviously other things. Obviously, the actress for Peyton / Power Pop didn't die, I don't think. So just the implication is she just left the show. But yeah, that's the sometimes it's the wanting more money, or the acting negotiating contracts is very messy. Other times you just despise your lead actor, like the case for Two and a Half Men, famously. I guess that's the there's a whole array of reasons as to why. Again, Two and a Half Men is probably the example of how not to handle that, because they did the most mean-spirited character death of all time. Anyway, I think Microsoft has been the problem from the start. Oh, sorry, you were okay. This is in what Bond's saying is in reference to not the actor thing, in reference to what I was saying before with the streams about like why I had to switch browsers. I was on Microsoft Edge beforehand. Now I'm on Google Chrome. Yeah. People don't know I switched to Edge after Opera GX because it could also have like the shrunken down function. But yeah. Either way. Okay, well, I guess Restream is more Google Chrome compatible than anything else. Sometimes that's the case with programs. Anyway, something happens to you. I hope not. Bond, but oh wow. Oh dearie me. Realistically, it wouldn't just be like one person, because I am like in a bunch of different things, and people will find others within their like contract groups or something like that. Anyway, it's Kim's Coronation Day. Yes, I too cannot believe it. I think it's starting. Oh, I suppose it is. This is a very low key coronation ceremony, but I suppose it's a different nation, so it's not like we have to like all the bells and whistles over here. Do you both solemnly swear to govern the people of Clearshire? From what I understand, usually like they do like coronations separately, but never. I don't know. Again, different nation, can be either. With justice and mercy for as long as you both shall reign. We do solemnly swear that it is my honor and my joy to bless our new king and queen. Oh! You know, I thought when I saw, like, you know, there was going to be an issue with this, I think in the description it says that there's an interruption of the coronation. I thought it was going to happen, like, right before uh, it happened. I haven't got the image, but I'll just read it out for you. You are cordially invited to attend Matthew and Kim's coronation ceremony as they become King and Queen of Clearshire. First of all, fantastic start there. Love the originality. However, when a new villain, or rather, villain from Digital Series making Disco Pop's making a Disco Pop's reboot debut, so I just slowed myself down. Takes Kim, is up Super Pops the Super Pops to find her and bring her back. So Super Pops are apparently appearing. Okay then. It's featuring Super Pops and Sophia from the upcoming series Eurovision Pops, which has been teased as well. Okay, so yeah, I thought that was going to happen like before the coronation, because like, you know, the ceremony technically is complete now. So I mean, unless it had to be when she was crowned king, crowned queen, kind of like when Elyon was crowned queen in Witch, if you read that series. I don't know. I can't imagine anyone else as Ulrich. I mean, I'm flattered about that. I will say. I remember that you were hesitant to cast me at first, but just because, like, obviously, you know, well, you've known me for some time. You want to find like the actual person who could match like the vision or something. So you were trying to, you know, cast as wide a pool of options as possible. It just so happened to be me. So I'm glad that I've now cemented myself in that position. But I mean, yeah, some people can do that. Anyway. The coronator is definitely in on it. If not, she's not Majesty in disguise. Why is she still smiling? Oh, I mean, normally I'd say that's just Johnny forgetting to change the cat's expression again, but yeah, maybe. I hope you're right there. That was a question. I'm torn happily done episode 3, but now. Oh, okay. Oh, you're gonna work on it. Oh, if one is this fight scene. Ah, okay. Nice. Okay. Where did Kim go? There you go. You were right, Bon. Fools! I took her! Oh my, have no idea who that was. I forgot. Who is that? Oh, it's Tarazet. Okay, yeah. As soon as you said the name, I remembered it now. Okay. Oh no, ad break. Okay, I'll wait a few seconds before I continue. Alright. And yes, you did in fact call it. You have butter intuition. You're really trying to like the whole like Bond butter thing. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna see like I'm gonna see like your channel has changed names or something halfway through. That did happen one time. One of my friends from Drama Club, for a brief period, actually called herself Boofle Butter on YouTube, and then I think these are her accounts. But anyway, okay. Hopefully that ad break is over. I am Tarazed, and I have come to ruin the coronation. I haven't started watching with Klamai because all the stuff's happening. I asked Aiden to help. Hope he does well. Hope he has script since we co-write it. Well, unfortunately, I might have to requisition Aiden because I need all hands on deck to help with the Muse & Go remake, and Aiden is one of the quickest. So yeah, when he's not doing Fallen Angels, I hope he's helping me with that scene because that's what we agreed. Hopefully, does it look? Yeah, she does. I guess. Yeah, it does look a little bit like Rina Rouge, like the same color scheme essentially with the hair and the outfit. Yeah, I completely understand that. Less Fox features, of course. Anyway. Can't unsee it. Tarazed sounds low-key like an adjective. What a very Tarazed concept. Yes, that's very Tarazed of you to point out. Yeah. Potentially. Where did you take my sister? If the king makes me his queen, I'll let you know. Wasn't it? Actually, now I just realized something. Yeah, if she was the one responsible for the whole like coronation thing, I guess the coronation technically isn't legal because she's not like the actual. I was going to say archbishop, but that's a thing over here. She's not the actual whichever priest rank is in for is it is for Clearshire. So I guess that kind of like voids this whole concept because otherwise, he just like crowns a new queen, but is asking for the king to make her a new queen now. She went to crown the king first. She could have just taken Kim's place. Or she could have just not crowned Kim and given it to herself if she thought that was going to work. But I guess that also. What? Yeah. This is what, once again, the villain plan is revealed and it's already like falling apart on like 3 different levels. I'm assuming you mean the design for Courtney on the left because she's the one who just appeared. Yeah, that's true. Never! Why do they always say never? Why do they always reject me? Why do the 9th clowns never get the girl? That's the clip I sent to Ghosty. Tarazed's back hair. What's wrong with Tarazed's back hair? I mean, obviously that back and the rear hair, they always look kind of weird going together, but still. She also forgot to trim her eyebrows the last time I've seen her. That's Courtney, because Kim's the one who just like left, but yeah. Uh-oh, girls, we better find Kim fast. Why are they back to normal? What happened to their dresses? Where did they go? Why? Huh? They... Okay. Alright then. Ready? Absolutely. Oh, okay. So, sorry, this is the Super Pops, who've now appeared in the exact position the Disco Pops were in before. I forgot, because Johnny uses the same, like, backgrounds as usual, and okay, fine. Alright. Interesting, it gives the Pop Rings transformation for them. Interesting, I guess they're rolling up different forms. Okay, so here we go. The actual Super Pops have arrived. Alright. Now we just need to figure out where the Queen went. Why is the first girl like a Barbie 6-foot doll to be copycat of America Girl dolls? I don't know. I mean, Barbie Pops is a concept that hasn't been done yet. Super Pops! Don't worry, Camilla. Sorry, that was it. Camilla. There we go. Which is interesting. It's interesting to hear like Camilla calling the other Camilla by that name. Yeah, yeah, that's fair. Celeste, any ideas on Kim's whereabouts? Packing for our location now. Okay. Alright, new soundtrack. Nice. Very nice. Where am I? Okay, fair enough. I might be going there this year, actually, if all goes to plan. Oh, wait, no, I think that was next year. Or not. Yeah, I forgot. We never made that up. Anyway. I'm Morocco? What is going on? Yeah, I'm okay, Mama. Ah, this is the Sophia from Eurovision. Hang on a minute. Why? Wait a minute. Why is? If I'm to understand that, you know, this character from Eurovision Pops was, you know, but was born and raised here in Morocco and therefore is Moroccan, or how you say it, Marroquí is a word in Spanish. I can't remember what you say in English. Why is she in Eurovision Pops? Because Morocco isn't in Europe. Wasn't that like part of the criteria here? Unless you're from Ceuta or Melilla, I suppose, but I don't know. Unlikely. Who's this character again? Yeah, new person. New person. It's this is one that was teased in the description of this video, which I forgot to take a picture of this time. Hey, Mama, I'm gonna have to call you back. Love you. I mean, Australia's part of Eurovision. That makes even less sense. Australia's much further away. What? And yes, Morocco is in Africa. Is Morocco part of Eurovision? I just don't know. If Australia's in there, maybe Morocco is too. Let me just look that up for a second. Morocco Eurovision. Okay, so it does autocomplete. Oh, okay, so Morocco's first and only participation in the Eurovision Song Contest was in 1980 when the contest was held in The Hague, Netherlands. So, yeah, they are very much, most of the time, not in Eurovision. Oh my goodness. Apparently, they were the only African nation to take part in 1980, so all right. But they decided not to return after disappointment of the performance by Samira Ben Said, apparently. Which, okay, I guess that was not the best foot forward, allegedly. Anyway, I understand why we're in. Yeah, I don't know either. Anyway, oh, the blue dress character. Yeah, Bon. Picture her with a crown on her head. Then you'll see. I know where you're going with that now. Kim is currently trying to dying of heat stroke in Morocco. I say it's just because we're British territory, but we're still not part of Europe. Yeah, I guess that is like a bit of a grey area, I suppose. I mean, yeah, because like there are like territories that border with Morocco, that are like owned by Spain, but I don't think they count as part of Europe unless I might. But I'm, you know what? I don't know. Okay, love you too, honey. Bye. I'm impressed that she can get signal out here in the middle of the desert. But what kind of phone server do you have there? 7G to make that work. Bye. Hey, are you okay? Actually, now that I'm thinking about this whole like Princess Kim thing, yeah, her crown is gone. The crown was put on her head, and I guess it was a portkey, so but it would have gone with her as well. So anyway. I think we're not even British territory, we're just part of the Commonwealth. Oh my goodness. Hence why Cast My Old Trilogy didn't make. Hold on. This is why they make a brand new place or just say a state with a fake city or town, just don't make any confusions. Yeah, because if you're dealing with like actual like geographical historical inaccuracies, then you run into a bit of a problem. Yeah, I've done that too sometimes. Where like I've set books in and things in like existing places, but most of the time I just like make up a new name of a city or something that doesn't actually exist. Like the book I was writing while I was away, actually, while I was in Madrid, it's one that is set in Galicia, but it's not like an actual town from Galicia. It's just like, you know, something I made up, kind of inspired by a lot of the small towns of Galicia that I have seen a bunch over the years. Hence why I guess my outro didn't make sense to where they were traveling to so many places. I mean, that first book, you know, I mean, Everfell City, very clearly, you know, the sole setting that I see, you know, in that one. So, assuming you're talking about the Misfit series. It could also be invisible. They have telephone poles in their heads, obviously. Invisible telephone poles, Fox. Let's be rational here. No, I got taken away from my coronation. Also, I'm stranded in the middle of a country where there just happened to be a sign indicating where I was, right where I teleported, which now that I think about it, Morocco is huge. What are the odds of that happening? A coronation? Does that mean you're a princess? Princess Kim? Yeah, my name is Kim. I'm Sophia. Nice to meet you, Princess Kim. Plot twist that is telephone poles in human form. Oh my goodness. Oh, the also was a cult with a King Arthur twist. They went to the UK, then USA, at one point Japan. That sounds kind of interesting because King Arthur never didn't. I don't remember him traveling that much. That seems all right. I get, but what he could have done in that situation was going to like a parallel history or something rather than like say, oh, this is modern day. Go back to the times of King Arthur, which obviously King Arthur wasn't from any time. It was because he was always fictional, and just say, oh, this is what. I guess you'd have to go to a time when they discovered the US. Now I think about it. Never mind. Never mind. I've taught myself out of that one. Japan, I guess, would be on the table. Anyway. You can just call me Kim. I'm okay with normal people not being formal. The 1%, however, they have to be. They have to use my entire royal title. So I'm guessing that someone took you to Morocco by mistake. I mean, assuming that this person knows nothing about magical teleportation, which is a fair assumption, how exactly does someone take you to Morocco, drop you in the middle of the desert by mistake, and leave you there? I really don't think that's. What are you... Oh no. There reaches like a point in every Disco Pops episode where the plot just like goes completely off the rails. I think it was the point where Kim randomly showed up in Morocco. And the worst part is we're starting the hints towards Eurovision Pops with with a person from a country that has been in Eurovision a total of once and is not even in Europe. Oh lord. Okay. Okay. I bet if I do research even a little bit can do wonders. Yeah, we've physically enough said that before. On Disco Pops episodes, no less. Oh, Spirit Box Studio is ghosted. Yeah, okay. Okay, anyway. Yeah, 1 minute I was about to be crowned Queen of Clearshire. That's also a benefit, yeah. I mean, Johnny Clear understands the idea of like inventing places because Clearshire and Dystopia don't exist. Sorry, Dystopia. I keep forgetting to say that properly. Yeah, I guess. It's just interesting to see that kind of idea. Technically, this could be like a new country that's happened to like have a random desert or something rather than, but also a desert that happened to be in Europe because I think Europe has like that many like large deserts at all. So yeah, that would have worked. Yes, I mean I get teleported here to your country. Well, maybe I can help you. I happen to be a member of the Eurovision Pops. Oh, so it's not like we're not going to get an origin. They're already established. Wait, but then, oh, so I guess the Eurovision Pops they must like live remotely, I suppose, and they just connect whenever there's an emergency in Europe, of course. Okay, that is fair. Granted, most of the time, the pops that we end up seeing in these are already established, just like in the source material. It's very rare that you get like a ballet pop situation where they're like established it's like in real time. But yeah, again, what a coincidence that you happen to be teleported to Morocco to a place with a sign that says "Welcome to Morocco" right in the front of it, which presumably means that she's on the border somewhere, and also that she just so happened to bump into in the middle of the desert a person happened to be walking in her general area, and the one person that it is just so happens to be a member of the Eurovision Pops. And on top of all of those things, has just revealed her secret identity, which you're not supposed to do as a pop without actual prompting for it, to a random person. I mean, yes, we know that Kim is a member of the Disco Pops, but Sophia does not. So, as far as she's concerned, the future leader of an entire nation now knows the identity of one of the Eurovision Pops, a closely guarded secret, or at least supposedly. And of course, this all happened to be because they met by chance encounter and such. Cool. Wonderful. Jacob is going all Dex Machina mode. I think it's Ex Machina. You mean to say? Yeah, this is a Deus Ex Machina. What's happening right now is a Deus Ex Machina. The reason it's not a Deus Ex Machina when like the other pops do it is because they're already in the story. This one is like, oh, by the way, there's a new unforeseen solution that you didn't know was in here because I didn't hint at it, but it's how we're gonna get out of this situation. And yeah, this is an actual bit of writing advice. Never do that because it's one of the first things they tell you not to do in any writing class. Because as soon as you do that, actually, you know what? There's a quote from an author called Marcus Sedgwick. I was at I was at like a talk that he did in a school in 2013. And the quote that stuck with me from him, well, some of them, I asked him, well, one quote he said to me was always finish what you started, which doomed my channel mindset for ages. But the one thing he said to like everyone that stood out to me was that the best, that the coincidences that get your characters into trouble are great. Coincidences that get them out of trouble are cheating, because the audience will feel cheated whenever something like this occurs. So yeah, okay. This guy, a real pop match, is getting desperate now. I mean, she's a real pop. Who's not just not a European pop. Oh my goodness. It's wait, is this my inkling? Okay, I didn't know that was what you were calling you, but hi, welcome back, Mint Ruto. Also, thank you for the $50 donation, Ghosty. If you're unsure of something, Google it. The internet is a tool of education and communication that's right in front of you or the palm of your hand. There you go. That is a quote for the ages right there. I can't make my super chats. There you go. Yeah, now I know it's Ghosty for sure, the only person who gives me super chats. For now. How been I up to? Well, been I very well, thank you. No, I've actually been very well. Yeah, I've been in Madrid for the past couple of weeks. Ever since my birthday. Speaking of which, because we were traveling on my birthday, I didn't actually like get any presents on the day. So today I got surprised with stuff like this. So yeah, even more Harry Potter stuff. And before anyone says it, I know the Ravenclaw colors are actually supposed to be blue and bronze. That is a thing that they do in the marketing a lot of the time. They change it to silver because, I guess, reasons. Anyway, but yeah, I love this one. I have other Ravenclaw shirts as well, but this one's actually very smooth and like breathable, and the eagle is just amazing. So yeah, there you go. By being here, I'm actually giving you money. Yeah, that is true. You did all sit through the ad breaks. I was specifically referring to super chats, not saying like, oh, go see someone who gives me money. That's not the case. Yeah. Okay. As if blue and bronze match. That could be why they changed it, or it could have been like a miscommunication somewhere down the line for merch deals or something. I don't really know. Anyway. I haven't heard of a Eurovision pop group. Is Majesty still trying to recruit members for them? Well, still trying to recruit members of Pops in general would be a statement, but asking if she's still trying to recruit members for this group specifically implies you do know. So this sentence like it's like is this like a nebulous form was like a mistake, but I'm not sure what the correction is supposed to be. Blue responses when I don't remember that. That's part of the problem. I thought this desert music, by the way, kind of reminds me of some of the Mario desert soundtracks. Anyway, yes, I'm the second member of the team. There's another girl from Israel. Chat, who wants to tell him? Who wants to tell Johnny that Israel is also not in Europe? I'm gonna have to look this up now, aren't I? Let me just see. Israel Eurovision. Okay. So Israel is set to participate in the Eurovision Song Contest 2024. Have they been in there in the I Okay. All right. So it does look like they have. In 2018 they did win. Okay, fine. I suppose this one makes a little bit more sense than Morocco. But still, what are the odds that Johnny would pick two non-European countries to represent Eurovision pop? God. Okay. Honestly, I feel like at this point, Johnny should just create like a series called Afro Pops or something like that. That would at least make sense. And Afro beats is a genre of music which would match Johnny's whole like you know uh category thing that he does the motif with the different pop group names that he comes up with for these series. But yeah, never mind. I guess that's a plan for another day, I suppose. Okay. Oh, and okay, so Noah TDI cosplays. I think that's how I say that name. Yes, you guys be back. You were Michael Afton, XD, and Oompa Loompa. All right, you came back at an interesting time for sure. A lot of stuff is going on. My goodness. Sometimes just them all with Afro. I mean, to be fair, that you know what, Gacha has like come under fire a lot of the time for not having enough POC hairstyles, considering how many hairstyles were added. I think Gacha Life 2 is probably the first one who hasn't had that thing because obviously they added a ton of things all at once. As far as I know, people haven't said anything about that most recently, but for every other app that was true. And also, that's one of the things that Gacha Plus also promised, from the one that when it's during its frequent updates and delivered on. So I suppose, yeah, the Afro hairstyle would be like the default in that situation, assuming that Gacha Club is still what Johnny would use in this situation. Oh my goodness. Also, I'm glad you think that's always a good day when I post. I'm glad. That's most days as well, so anyway. Okay. Because in the concept of landscape, I mean, I don't know. It's still a place. There's still like regular people that are from there. So yeah, I don't know. I'm more concerned about the fact that they're not from Europe, but I guess they've been in the competition. So all right, okay then. Etymology is dead. Okay. Oh no, that's wrong. Wrong. That's the wrong comment. Imagine if the villain in that series ends up shaving an afro pop. Is this like Samson? Their power comes from their hair, and so they just weakened after that point. Oh my goodness. How do you know Majesty, though? I forgot if Kim even mentioned Majesty. Oh, yeah, she did mention Majesty before, yeah. That's because I'm a disco pop. Oh, that's a huge relief off of my shoulders. I thought I just broke rule number 1. As in the disco pops? I'm your biggest fan. Oh, I'm honored to hear that. Why don't we go shopping together? That way someone can find you. Yes, Moroccan shopping malls are the places to find missing princesses. The music does slap, I do stand by that. Okay. At Sophia's village. Oh, I guess this is they're already at Sophia's village before Sophia herself shows up there with Kim. Okay. Also, why are the disco pops themselves going to do this? Like, they just kind of stayed behind, right? They showed up in their dresses and then disappeared, make way for these 5. But I mean, it's great to have them like as the cameo in this as such, but why them specifically? Why not the group that already she was a part of? I don't know. Actually, there was an episode of Superboss where the Dr. Kittens, yeah, I know, yeah, I remember who he is. Thought their powers came from their hair, even though he knows this. Later on he knows the history of how the pops get their powers. Ah, yeah, fantastic when that happens. He just trimmed their hair while they were asleep. I guess he was reading some old Bible stories. Okay. Is the girl with the black hair Indian Israeli? Sorry, I said that wrong. Grammarly, it's Israeli in this situation. If so, how does she look African? Wait, the girl with the which? Sorry, you mean Sophia? The one from like the previous scene. Well, she's she's not the Israeli one. The Israeli one's the one that she like vaguely mentions, like the first member of the group. Sophia is, to my understanding, Moroccan because she's in Morocco, so I suppose that's most likely where she is from. So yeah, that's there you go. As for everyone else, then yeah, I guess we'll once the Eurovision Pops actually debuts, we'll see. Hopefully there'll be some actually European unless that's like Johnny's community post, the community tab is just trolling him right now. It's like, hey, vote for these countries for what Eurovision Pops. Everyone votes for the ones that aren't in Europe. Anyway, throws bucket of water in Celeste's face. Celeste is a computer. Celeste is the AI inside of Majesty's ship. It has no face. Where is she? Don't look at her. She can't help. Where is Kim? She's in Morocco. Okay, thank you. I think I meant to say like Tarazed before. Which, yeah, I suppose that you're throwing water in Tarazed's face. She looks like she's made out of fire, so yeah, fair enough. Should we split up and look for clues? Maybe you can help me with shopping for my mama's birthday. Oh, thank you, disembodied voice that we don't recognize because we haven't met you yet. Oh, okay, so they were talking on the other side. This is like a whole different like venue, right? They said this was a village. Like this is like a whole like paved city. Where are we right now? Deus ex Sophie, yeah. Oh god. Well, there you go. See, this is Sophia right now. So, in case there was any doubts, Noah, I suppose you go by now. Maybe we can get her a necklace. That's a great idea, Kim. Well, okay. I mean, it technically is most gacha characters' schools. But yeah. I don't know how, girls, but the girl next to Kimsey's like just connected to me. Really? What? Okay. I mean, I guess connected to all of you by virtue of being pops. Does Electropop have African relatives? Well, at least it didn't take long for us to find her. No, it really didn't, and you had to search an entire country. What, you know, whatever. I'll go talk to them. Even though the connection apparently was to Electropop, I, Flashpop, shall do so. That makes sense. No, but she is adopted. Okay. Does she? Oh, oh, so this is implying that she's biologically from presumably Morocco in this case, and so now this is like Johnny doing a reveal of like, oh, by the way, we're related, biologically, because you didn't know. I guess that works. Search your feelings, you know it to be true. Anyway, did you like a virus? Yeah, I hope not. I hope that's not the case. Okay. Electra finds her biological parents season 4, I think. And are they Moroccan? Like, because that might be why Johnny chose this setting. Anyway, maybe this lady can help us with picking the best one. Hold on. So you're telling me that Sophia recognizes the identity of the Disco Pops and knows and is their biggest fan, but doesn't recognize a Super Pop standing right in front of her? Aren't the Super Pops like infinitely more famous than the Disco Pops across the world? Or is that not canonical to this fandom universe? I'm really confused now. Like, I know the Flash Pop can transform, but clearly she's still in this. I don't know. Flash Pop, see, Kim worked it out. Hey Kim, we're here to take you back to your coronation. Then again, you probably need this girl's help picking out a gift for her mother. No, the girl needs her help. She doesn't need the girl's help anymore. Okay, anyway. Metaphor for saying biological instead of real. Well, I mean, I am adopted myself, so I have a very good reason to say biological instead of real. Makes up was the most famous group still. Yeah, it does seem like that way because I remember from like early Jazz Pops episodes, that was what was established because they were the ones making all the TV appearances before everyone else did. Anyway, I just realized something. I was a dancer, right? And we would learn different counts, right? But I usually know my counts, but I don't count like the teachers do. I just use the simple 8 count. I think that was in reference to something else that came up beforehand. Uh, I can't find the quote though. Anyway. All right, well, thank you. I appreciate it. That's one of my pet peeves in media as well, to be fair. It's okay, Flash. I can just pick her a gift myself. Okay, so essentially Sophia was entirely pointless in this story, right? So she kind of showed up, but even though like, I guess maybe she served as like a beacon for Electropop to hone into, even though that was not is not fully explained. Maybe that's why she's in here, but otherwise, all she did was say, "Oh yeah, come back to my village. By the way, I'm a Eurovision pop. I'm not going to do anything pop related. I can't teleport you, I guess. You can't teleport yourself because that is the rule, by the way. If you're isekai somewhere else, you can't like get back yourself, but someone else can. I guess I guess I'll explain my backstory for a bit so people know that I exist. And then the Super Pops, who are even the group that should have been following you in the first place, they're going to come in and rescue you, and not the Disco Pops, who you are actively going to be leaving, and this will be your last adventure with them. Okay. Okay. Right. Why do Super Pops look like Lucky Charms marshmallows? Just look at the source material. Oh yeah. Okay. Loading source material. There you go. The only one you can't see in this image is Flash Pop. The one in the middle is Majesty. So I guess the one character is on screen right now, but everyone else, you see Electro Pop doing her best death stare just behind Majesty to the left in the red. So that's something. Okay. Anywho. That's the one thing people like just cannot get past with Super Pops at all, or any of the Total TV stuff. Oh my goodness. Also, if we're talking about the saying like real versus biological, that was Eli who said that in chat. Johnny didn't say that. So if you're talking about that specifically, then that was not Johnny's thing this time. Just because I see people in the chat after that message going on the thread. Anyway, let's get back to the stuff that Johnny didn't miss up on. My sister watches stuff like that. Well, maybe she actually watches that. It could be. You know what? Ask her. See what she says. See if she likes Super Pops. I'm gonna do some pre-recorded reviews of Super Pops as well, but I thought, get back into the streams first before I start spamming pre-record again because I'm, home now. Anyway. Oh, also, welcome, Karina Sullivan. I think I missed your... No, that was your introduction. Okay, yeah, that's your debut. Welcome to the stream. It was nice meeting you, Kim. The honor was mine, Sophia. Maybe our podcast can team up someday. I thought she was leaving after that happened. I'm pretty sure Johnny said that in the community tab, so I guess by our podcast she means like the others and not herself. I don't know. Sophia's a pop as well. Also, her name is Sophia. I was eavesdropping. Yes, I'm part of the new Eurovision Pops. For some reason. And that connection you felt was the fact that I'm a red ring pop. Oh, okay. Okay. Honestly, it would have been kind of cool to have these two be related in some way. I don't know. Missed opportunities, I suppose, but then again, that was kind of like a thing in our heads. So I guess is that a thing that like the pops that wear like the pops that have like the same color ring that they use to each other in some way? Is that how that works? I don't know. I haven't seen any Total TV crossovers, and this hasn't been brought up in any of the franchise stuff, so I don't know. Sophia's mom will never buy doors, so she's not coming home today. So guess what? I found a princess in the desert and took her shopping with me. I've actually finally stopped waiting to organize stuff with Maya and Quadzi or whoever, and just started watching Miraculous Ladybug on Disney Plus from the beginning. And one of the running gags that seems to come up is Marinette coming up with increasingly terrible excuses of being late to class. And it's kind of fascinating to see how that sort of evolves into complete gibberish, which is like half of Marinette's quotes anyway, so I guess that makes sense. I love eating ring pops. What about red ring pops specifically? A random queen from Clearshire showed up in front of me, and she's a pop, which I shouldn't have told you anyways. I also told her that, but I shouldn't have told, you specifically. Anyways, I took her shopping, and then her friends found her and took her away via magical teleportation. They were the Super Pops, the actual famous Super Pops group that I didn't recognize, but everyone else on the planet would. Do you believe me, mother? Well, you ready to head back, Kim? Yes. We were totally ineffectual today. Back in Clearshire. Obviously, she's not gonna lie. She's like me when I was in public school. Make up stories, people looking at me weird or just plain confused. Yeah, there's that. Oh my goodness. Don't know how to add the extra stuff. Yeah. It's fascinating just on how many levels the plots of Disco Pop's episodes like fall on their face the more that you think about them. Uh because he's Sophia's attempted excuses. Yeah, boo. I do not think of a joke. Anyway. Yeah, we're not going to see her be related to Electropop either. Anyway. Maybe she's wrong. In the future, we find out they're actually cousins, but they didn't know at the time. The red rings were a coincidence by Majesty. Or perhaps it was destiny the whole time. Ooh. Maybe. Just throwing some ideas out there, Johnny. Yeah. I was slow because of a cyborg leg. A cyborg leg that I guess you detached from yourself. I don't know, Matt, because I didn't know much about Earth because I was from Hyrule. You know what? You've got Marinette beat with all these ones. I only focus I need to find Princess Luna. Okay, from MLP, just random stuff. Oh my goodness. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my present you, your new king and queen. I guess. Oh, I suppose the Disco Pops had to stay to deal with Tara's Edge, right? I guess that's what they were doing this whole time. Kind of feels like that's a bit of a loose end that we didn't actually properly establish was tied off. I mean, we could assume it happened, I suppose. So that's kind of something. Anyway, her crown is back now. The non-portkey version, of course. New king and queen. I pressed play, by the way, so it's just the music is cut out. There you are. Eine kleine Nachtmusik. Nice public domain. Congratulations, Kim. Princess Kim? Where has she been? Well, it's Queen Kim now. This is not Eine kleine Nachtmusik is not copyrighted music. The actual performance, the orchestration might be, depending on where Johnny selected it from, but the actual notation itself is not. We didn't get to see the Pops solve the problem. Nope, they just are still there, standing in their dresses. The episode of a series called Disco Pops featured exactly one Disco Pop doing anything of narrative significance. Still only slightly worse than Sophia, I suppose. Anyway. And yes, it was written centuries ago. Yeah, it's a Mozart piece. What's it going to mean in terms of being a pop? Now we get to it. Actually, I'm actually going to relieve my pop duties. Oh, so that promise to Sophia that you just made was completely empty. Cool. Apart from, I guess, again, you could argue it's just for them to do. She volunteered them to interact with Sophia instead. Maybe they just won't like each other. That can happen. Like she's ever going to retire. What? That we covered this before, but that's source material possibly inspired thing where characters revealed to be a princess eventually has to leave to fulfill, royal duties of some kind. So yeah. What? But we've gone through so many adventures together. At least 5. Ames, is Jess okay? I don't know. Ask Jess herself. Why? You are speaking in the direction of both Amy and Jess. Why speak to Amy? My goodness. That's like that my nan used to do as well. Talking about like telling someone to tell me something in the room, I was in the room, so I could obviously hear what was going on. Anyway. Oh, yeah, pause. We're gonna get a lesson on history music. Well, yeah, it was written in the 1600s, 1700s. Yeah, that was Mozart's lifetime. I said that before. Yeah. As you can go back to the martyr archetype. About martyr, I suppose. That requires like a sacrifice of some kind, and she sacrificed nothing here. Anyway. It's just that Jess hates saying goodbye to someone she's built a relationship with. Even if the relationship has lasted, like, I don't know, like a week or so, chronologically. Like, how long has it been with this lot? Okay. Ghosty is saying, I am not okay. That reminds me of an Aaron Hansen quote. Okay. Oh, it's an image I got sent in DMs? Okay. Alright, continue with the music lesson and the ad break, and I will see what Josh has sent me. Oh, Christ. Okay. Give me a moment. You gotta see this. I mean, kudos to Josh for asking the appropriate question. Because this is a response to something that he asked Johnny. Okay. The reason why Sophia doesn't go into pop mode is in this episode is because I haven't made the pop designs. Okay, so that kind of makes sense, but the question is, what? Yeah, you know what? There you go. Why did you make this episode? Well, not why did you make this episode. This episode could have existed without Sophia very easily. Actually, the Superpops could have found Kim in the desert, just meandering about, honed into her pop ring, I suppose, and rescued her, and nothing of significance would have changed. The reason to add Sophia in here was just to hint at Eurovision pops later, except for the fact that, like, if you're going to demonstrate the new pops or something, or like, at least like design, at the very least, Sophia's outfit. You don't have to do all the pop ones necessarily, but at the very least, the one that actively appears in the episode and makes a contribution, in heavy quotes, to the plot. You know, that might be. It doesn't take that long usually to make a gacha design, especially for pop designs that are roughly about the same as each other and are usually fairly monochromatic in nature. So why not just do? Good grief. Okay. Also, yeah, KW, I have no guests today. You can stay for as long as you like in the stream. I'll send you the link. All right. Where are you? Here you are. Okay. I thought KW's Discord bio says not okay as well. Feels very fitting for this situation. Oh, and now Ghosty's saying let me in as well. Good thing I happened to see that on Discord, Ghosty. Otherwise, you would have been fresh out of luck there. Okay. All right. Ghosty is here.
Okay. But first, I have a lot of words. I have some hands to throw.
Yeah.
You picked countries that weren't even in Europe for the Eurovision pops.
They were in the competition at least once. One singular time.
They were in a competition one singular time. And then
okay, Kidabby, wait your turn. Ghost to continue.
And then in typical fashion, we have a character that hasn't even been designed fully appear in the episode to allude to a later series.
And contribute nothing of significance to the plot.
And she does nothing significant. We don't even get to stay with her to have her, like, pick out a necklace or something with the princess?
Yeah, that could have been like an actual like character bonding moment. They could have like built some chemistry or something, you know, a bit of like a fun interactive scene. But no, the plot kicks its ugly head in and then sort of like, by the way, we're here to teleport you back again. And that was Tarazet's entire villain plan. You know, just whisk someone away and I guess she was defeated off screen, so she's not going to be the queen anymore. She made someone else the queen on screen. Sorry, continue.
By the way, might I mention something about that? The threat of the episode was handled off screen. We don't even get to see it.
I'm getting Marco and Kelly not being breakup buddies anymore flashbacks now. Yeah.
And now we're back with everyone's favorite pops. The one with good designs and the ones that are poorly designed.
Okay. All right. And all right, KW, you go now.
This story does not make sense to me. Where was the danger? Where is the plot? What is happening? Why did you make this episode with no designs for certain characters? Why go to that plot if you're with, oh wait, I don't have a design for these. It'll be fine. Nobody really cares about pop designs, right? Like, it's just called disco pop, so why do we need another set of pop designs? That's just, I do not get it. Where is the plot? I'm trying to find the plot. I am a writer. I am storyteller. You have to give me plots that make sense. Sorry, Johnny, this is not one of those stories that makes sense. I feel like we're just watching a episode of just nonsense.
KW, Jacob?
Show. Yeah. Like what happened in Fallen Angel season 2, where they were stuck in that show or whatever, and they had to get out using all this magic. I feel like it was like that.
Jacob, KW, you want to know what would have made a lot more sense plot-wise? If Princess Kim is sent to Morocco, and there's like a villain waiting for her, and oh no, that one girl who was incompletely designed from the Eurovision pops. Why didn't you just call them the Middle Eastern pops?
Or Afro pops. Call them Afro pops. They're all from Africa.
And Hazard, she's saved by the Afro pops who come to save her from the villain who was waiting for Princess Kim in the desert. That way we could have had some sort of conflict that wasn't handled off screen. Jacob, I see you laughing, but I refuse to call them the Eurovision pops. They're not even in Europe.
I was just, oh hey, Jacob Butter is live streaming. There's a couple of, I'll just relax in the live stream, just chat, just to calm down and everything like that. After the events that happened with my family and stuff like that, which I will not get into, but stuff there, everything like that, But this gives me more frustration, more than ever before. Johnny, please, for heaven's sake, write a gosh dang script. You have paper, don't you? You have like a
apparently
paper,
he does write scripts with Eli.
Use anything to write a script, please.
There was a script.
Apparently we just learned that from Eli. That apparently they work on those scripts together, which raises even further.
Also makes scripted. Okay. What? I don't know which is worse. My Club of Mine season 1 finale or this? Or Pony's season finale and the movie finale? Like, I don't know which one's worse.
Well, the Pony season, both the Pony's finales actually, leave you on a cliffhanger that makes you hyped to see what's going on.
Yeah,
and this one is
and the Pony's finales are at least entertaining. Meanwhile, the only entertaining thing about this is picking it apart piece by piece because there's so many logical flaws everywhere.
I am so shocked that Pony's finale is a good cliffhanger or stuff like that. I don't know how people like Ponies. I swear, that was just me being bored without any script, and then the movie just came out of nowhere. I swear to God, it wasn't supposed to be a good thing, but apparently it is.
But anyway, I have a bone to pick with the plot of this whole episode. The Coronation.
Yeah.
This is episode 7. We haven't even got through the whole season. Shouldn't you be saving something like this for probably like a season finale?
Oh, I actually mentioned this
A
earlier. This is a consistent problem with the revival Disco Pop series, because a lot of these plot points that we've seen have happened in the original series. The difference was that because Johnny came up with them at different times, or possibly they were pitched by somebody else, because that's how those episodes were written back in the day. They happened much more spaced out from each other, so they felt more like big events that stood out in people's minds because they changed the narrative that we were previously presented with. In this one, they're just giving us like event after event after event after event, and it's too much. And it's also the reason that Johnny is. I think he's like expressed that in community tabs where he said like he's not sure where to take the disco pops at the moment. The reason for that is because he's skipping ahead in like with all of these different events that happened much later on, just kind of getting them done and over with. It seems.
Please, Johnny, just take your time with things. Build up the characters' development. Build up their stories.
Like,
do not do what I did with Clone Mai, where I had to rush things and made a terrible season 1 finale.
Like, yeah, but even then, Bonnet in chat has a point. Did she talk to Majesty about giving up her mantle as a pop?
Well,
Also, hello, Sophia, Chico, I saw you. Hello, welcome.
Yeah, welcome to the stream. Sorry you caught us in the middle of
in the middle of a rant. And also, I actually am a mellow pony. Go see me.
Oh no. Okay, this is gonna be interesting.
I love it.
Pop that on screen. I want to yell at it.
Okay. All right.
Put it on screen, Jacob.
I'm about to go French on this. Good, because that's an actual European language.
It's one of the it was my I get it was your idea, but in my opinion, it's happening a little too soon in the series.
And also happened like in the original Disco Pops itself, if I remember correctly. I don't think I made it up to that video actually because before I could catch up, but I'm fairly certain there was a coronation beforehand.
Like it happened in the original series, but yeah, there's no build up. It's happening too early, and we don't even know that much about Princess Kim to even really comment on her engagements.
Should we have the angry French person to come in just to hear them?
Oh my goodness. Speaking of engagements, actually, that's a fair point. Are Kim and Matthew married? Because otherwise they're just kind of like dating, but also have been crowned together, right? So like they've been coronated. So why? Is that how that works? What happens if one of them, if they break up? Does Matthew immediately resign relinquish his like title of king? Oh wait, no. I think this was like supposed to be like a political union, but I don't remember them ever actually getting married or anything. That's normally how that goes.
If you established their relationship a little more, yeah, I could buy it.
Yeah, again, there was definitely no time, it seems.
There was no time. No, that's nuts. That's tree nuts. You establish a relationship.
Johnny didn't bring that up to me. You shouldn't have to. That's how most like royal relationships work across like the entire history of the world.
Johnny didn't bring that up to me. Yeah. Normally when people get coordinated together, they get married. What? Did you do any research at all? You have Google literally tips of your fingers. Look it up. There's a lot of information and knowledge to go around. This is the internet. Communication. Communication.
Why is there so much information?
Okay.
vacation with Jacob Butter and the rest
And
of the
to,
gang from the other live stream. But like, I
Mhm.
realized what was happening and apologize.
On, get in here. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Oh.
I'm gonna go take a nap or watch
Oh.
more Honeycasts.
Oh, before you go,
Compilation.
Ghosty, here's the nationalities. Okay, so Israel, Kazakhstan, Morocco, Portugal, and North Macedonia. Which I think 2 of those are in Europe. Those are the only 5 I can think have a unique translation for Europops, Vision Pops, United Strong. What do you mean a unique translation? Every one of those, like, there are so many languages that you could have taken in here that have different translations for Eurovision Pops United Strong. What do you mean, unique translations? Every translation is going to be unique in this situation. Like, even Spanish and Portuguese, which are so very similar to each other, they still have differences.
Okay, could you bring up that list again?
Yeah, of course, yeah. So, Israel, Kazakhstan.
Okay, Israel is a Middle Eastern country. Kazakhstan?
That is... I'm pretty sure Kazakhstan is actually in Asia. It's just like... Or maybe not, actually. I'm trying to remember. I should know I dated someone from there. I should remember this.
I cannot pronounce that word. You know what?
Okay.
I am not going to try to butcher it.
Morocco is in Africa.
Yeah, country in Central Asia. Yeah. So definitely. It has like borders with Russia, but that's close to Europe as it gets.
Okay, who picked out these countries? They're not even, like, a few of them aren't even close to each other.
Oh, hang on. It says continent Europe, Asia. Maybe it does, like, sort of count as both. I don't know.
No, it doesn't count.
You know what? Yeah, fine. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, I don't know. Portugal's the only one that I can actually categorically say, yeah, that's European.
There's only 2 of these. North Macedonia? I don't know. Why did you pick these, Johnny? These make no geological
Oh, wait, no.
sense.
Okay, no, North Macedonia is actually actually in Europe. So yeah, 2 countries again, just not the ones I thought.
That's
so we have
2 out of 5, Jacob.
Africa.
That's
Yeah,
2 out of 5.
Africa, Asia, Africa, Europe.
But my first person is in the chat. I am not on my computer because I was just resting on my bed, just trying to have a good day.
Okay, yeah.
To calm down and relax. Does anyone else have
Switch me.
the
I'm gonna go
translation?
decompress.
Okay.
Listen to my dog.
Johnny, message me if you need help. I will do the research for you.
Okay.
I'm already doing science for Jacob. I can do geology for you.
Yeah. As far as I can tell, this is like what kind of group the Eurovision contest has it where the only less than the half of the participants are from Europe. Yeah. Or if you count Kazakhstan as being half European, then 50% Europe for Eurovision Pops. That's being generous.
I don't watch it, but I know for a fact that like Johnny watches whatever, because how much community posts he would post on it about it and everything like that.
Yeah, I think all these countries have been in Eurovision, but it just seems very strange to pick out these ones specifically.
Especially when these countries have been in Eurovision a total of once in 2016 and 2017 respectively.
And in the case of Morocco, 1980, which is even worse.
Wait, have we translated the French yet? Because every Frenchman.
No, I haven't translated the French yet.
Oh no, I said like what type of what kind of group called Eurovision Pops is it? Where only less than half of them are from Europe. That's like the vague translation. And this one is they should be called doesn't matter what, except in North America or South. In North or South America, yeah, the continents seem to have been exempt, I suppose. Apart from Australasia, Oceania, whichever one it's called now, it keeps going back and forth.
when you're trying to, to add diversity and stuff like that and everything, but like, please actually look things
Europe
up.
already has a wide array of countries. There's already diversity for you. What do you?
Seriously, no. Here's the thing. When I'm writing Earthing Skull, this is not like a
We could
spoiler.
have a
When I
pop
was
from
writing
Estonia.
Earthing Skull,
Yeah.
I went to study stuff. I literally asked people about like, where should I do that? It's like different everything where it's not like the common place or whatever. Since I recently booked, so like for example, like Percy Jackson and More Instruments all takes place in New York City. I don't want to do a story about in New York City or whatever. So I was asking people what places that you haven't really seen as common books and everything. And they give me a few places and everything like that. I said, all right, I'll just look those places up and whatever, see like what the culture is and whatever. I even see on like social media people saying, oh yeah, it's even cool an idea to talk to the people who are local and everything like that, and watch videos and stuff like that, to help you get a better idea about.
Or you can do what Legend of Korra did, just take New York City and Shanghai and just. But yeah, the normal process is what you said.
Like, even then, we could have some pops from Norway, Sweden, Finland, Poland. There's a lot of other countries. Do your research, please.
There is an entire Animaniacs on the list them all for you. So
I will send you that song. I will shove it in your face hole. I will make you watch it.
I can't do that song. I know the lyrics. I know how the song goes, but actually trying to sing it, I can't. I cannot.
Jacob, this is like we're having a pop from Ireland.
Oh my god, there's so much French.
Okay.
Oh
yeah.
my god, there's so much French. Oh
yeah.
no.
Jet Pop is actually from Sweden. Yeah. For the record, I remember all the ballet pops are from different countries. Was a thing that I also suggested. I don't know if it was when I pitched ballet pops originally, or whether it was for techno pops, one or the other. Because I thought to myself, how like the super pops themselves are from like different parts of the US. I thought, hey, why not just like expand that? Because the world needs protecting. So yeah, why not? And that was the inspiration for that. But yeah, ballet pops actually went and did that. They're all from different places.
Like ballet pops is actually kind of well written.
Oh yeah,
I'm just mad at Johnny for choosing people who aren't even in Europe to be Eurovision pops.
I'm mad at Johnny. He's wronged me. Did the geography book.
That's because I've seen Johnny over and over mishandle subject material. This is the second time I've gotten mad at Johnny for making a mistake to the point where I'm actually upset.
Why? This is what I do.
I mean, I'm not honestly that upset. I just find it really funny that this is the where we're at right now.
This is why I do fantasy and make my own like cultural stuff or whatever and explain the war there. I said it takes place in somewhere in the future. There was another war that happened in Misfits. Oh, there are these hybrid things. There are witches and there's like all these sorts of things. Whereas like
that is the beauty of fantasy, though, that you don't have to do that. Yeah, I mean, Johnny's also invented different countries. Right now, we're in Clearshire. That doesn't exist in the world. The disco pops live in Discopia, which
Fair enough.
yeah.
But I'm just like, I just try to make sure, like, you know what? I'll just do something where it's like, where I don't have to like study upon hours just to do something small. I'll just do my own thing. Nothing can go wrong. If I just, make up a world, make up different characters, and make up my own cultural thing, stuff like that.
That is true. I guess you can't really do that with a concept like Eurovision pops because it is so tied to the real world because it's a real competition. So
but even then, like less than half of the pops in Eurovision pops are not even from Europe.
Yeah. Also, I looked up if Kazakhstan's been in Eurovision. This seems like the results that I get seem to be, Kazakhstan could be in Eurovision, technically speaking, but yeah, it seems like they haven't even been in it seems like not everyone has been in the competition, at least from what I vaguely just looked up right now. Oh
we
no!
this
No,
plan?
oh my god,
Like,
I also feel like Torben.
Someone needs to introduce Johnny to a map.
Mm.
Just
Oh, Ashley. Torbeck was asked to flirt, but Torbeck doesn't know how.
Torbeck, no! Are you okay? No, Torbeck! You're gonna be okay, Torbeck!
It's fine. Torbeck is used to it.
but at this point, I'm flabbergasted. What? At this point, this is the second time I've gotten mad enough at Johnny to come on screen and give an offer to do research for them. Because they refuse to do it themselves.
Which is weird because, like, Eurovision is something that Johnny, like, really cares about and actively engages with, and half of the content on Johnny's channel is based around Eurovision itself. Because, you know, it's like Eurovision fan channel at the same time as doing gacha stuff. That's just the stuff that I don't tend to talk about because it's, you know, it's gacha review, so, you know, can't really do that much. So yeah, clearly Johnny understands about Eurovision, and again, most of these, to his very small credit, most of these countries have been in the competition at some historical point. But it feels like if you have to go that far to justify the technicality, just use some of the other ones instead that have been there most of the time. I don't know.
I just looked up on Wikipedia, there is a list of countries in Eurovision Song Contests.
Yeah.
And one of the first ones, and there actually hasn't been apart from here to my knowledge, Albania.
I don't think there's been one. Although it makes sense that Albania comes up first because, you know, A, but yeah. Wait, is Andorra on there?
Yep.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And
anyway.
Albania is one of the most recent participants. 2023 Song Contest.
All right, well, it fucking feels bad that the other countries aren't in Eurovision, but I don't know. Okay, I guess that's sort of. Okay, I see what he's trying to do in that case, if that is indeed what is happening. I see what he's trying to do, but at the same time, A, some of these have been in Eurovision before. B, like, I assume that not every European country's been in Eurovision before, so I guess, but even then, if you're going by Eurovision as like a general rule of thumb, you kind of expect to have that connection of the contest of Eurovision. If not, I mean, he made up Gachavision last episode of Disco Pops. So honestly, that would have been the time to do it. If you want other countries that aren't in Eurovision allowed to take part in it, to take part in a competition similar to Eurovision, do it in the previous episode where you actively, well, half the time, changed the name of Eurovision to Gachavision. Because that's much more broad. Speaking of episode 6, which episode a better plot, 6 or 7? I'm gonna say 6, but
do we have to answer?
yeah, I'm gonna say 6 because at least some of those things like did actually come together and what it was trying to do like achieved its purpose, and yeah, I don't know.
Meanwhile, 7 seems confused, and as Flower has confirmed to us, they didn't even research the entailments of a coronation before doing a coronation.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Flower part, FYI, usually when two people are coordinated together, they're married or getting married. Even if it's a political engagement, they're usually married or together. Please, someone end my suffering. I would love to just keel over right now.
Don't worry, we're almost done. This is the last scene.
Please do your research. The internet is at your fingertips. And now, in typical Johnny fashion, somebody is sad.
Yeah,
Of course.
Jess, I know it's going to be hard to say goodbye. By the way, thanks for making this all about you, by the way. It's my retirement, whatever. But you girls are always welcome to visit me.
Yeah, just because you guys aren't pops anymore together doesn't mean y'all aren't friends.
Yeah, I guess to be fair in this case, they're not going to be roommates anymore because they all room together, but yeah.
Yeah, now she's going to be spending a home with her husband, boyfriend, stranger.
Mm-hmm. This is essentially, what Kawaii had to deal with after Aphmau moved in with Aaron, but she dealt with that like in one scene. Granted, it's also because she was so happy that the ship was sailing, but yeah, I mean, still, you would address it for a bit. It's gonna be okay, Jess. I'll miss you guys too.
You are.
I'll think about you when I'm not making out with my husband.
Like, we don't even know if they're married. They just.
Oh yeah, sorry, my possibly husband, my fiance,
my
boyfriend. What?
What even is their relationship? Are they engaged? Like, we know it's a union for political reasons, and that they might not even love each other.
There
Which
still has to be some form of union. Even in those situations, they still like got the Catholic Church involved, or the Church of England, depending on which time period you're in.
So we don't even know they were married in the old disco pops.
Okay, but it didn't seem like they were here, because wasn't Kim also going to school? Was she even of marrying age by Clearshire law? Or dystopian law? Because that's where she's from? I don't know.
Let's not question it. If we question it, we're all going to get headaches, and we're all going to just keel over dead before the live stream happens.
Also, Bond says, I feel as ticked off as Mira when Nova shows up.
You laughed so hard. I did not mean that got me. I swear, all the things shouldn't get me, but they do. I don't know why. I guess it just gets me off guard.
Yeah. Okay, well, maybe I'm misremembering that. Maybe Kim was the only one who didn't actually room with them. Again, she wasn't. She kind of I think she made an appearance in the second episode, which again, even less time spent with her. But oh yeah, that's right, because she was. She wasn't part of the school, but she joined the Pops group because they found out that she was destined to join them. Which now that I say that out loud and remind myself of the fact that they had a whole plot where she was destined to become a Pop with them and has now honestly virtually done nothing with them.
And she's done nothing with them and retired in episode 7.
Your destiny is to go on 4, maybe 5 adventures with your friends as a superhero,
and then the face of the planet. Please.
This is why you don't skip ahead on key moments.
Oh no, Ghosty, are you okay?
Okay, but I still remember that Destiny thing. Whether it was the first episode or not, there's still not a lot of time, is the point.
It's been 6 episodes since episode 1. It's been 6 episodes. 10 episodes. Fine, she can get married without an established relationship.
Frodo, it is your destiny to take the ring to the neighboring town of Bree. Then you'll hand it over to Aragorn, the prancing pony, and the book's over. You just don't do that, do you?
No, you don't. She was married in the original Disco Pops, but they're not married in the revival series, which is what we're watching. Yes.
Yeah. Harry, It is your destiny to defeat Lord Voldemort. Oh, look, there he is. How convenient.
The original series is effectively gone, and we're watching the revival. We should expect the same relationship, no? There should be the build-up to the wedding and the coronation, but we didn't get any of that. It was like, yeah, we're engaged to be married. Now we're getting coordinated together, and literally a few episodes later, what is going on? What kind of weed are you smoking?
I think I've said this before, but just in case, you know the phrase like in crisis comes opportunity. Yeah. I would not wish for anyone to have to lose their entire series, especially like 5 seasons worth. That is horrendous. The only silver lining in the situation would have been the opportunity to start from scratch, correct the errors that were made previously, and therefore create the better product. You know how people complain about, how the original creators of these different like live action adaptations of, books or shows that we're getting nowadays, how they try to add some unnecessary changes and everyone gets annoyed about those. The reason that happens is because those creators have had, sometimes decades worth of hindsight to think about, like, oh wow, now I can see how all that stuff has been perceived.
Called out what I said about Shadowhunters and my movies and books video I made.
I was actually mostly referring to, like Percy Jackson or Avatar. People said, oh, the creators left the show because they wanted to make more changes, and they were pushed back on because they wanted to be the same and such. Or, oh, live action Percy Jackson, they changed this particular element and stuff, which we found guilty of thinking about stuff like why not they did some of the changes, but whatever.
No, actually, I have heard that a lot of people who are fans of Avatar and Percy Jackson like Avatar more than Percy Jackson because they feel like Percy Jackson made some unnecessary changes, but Avatar live action makes more sense with like the changes and everything like that.
But the reason that either of those things happen is because the original creators, with their hindsight, have now been given an opportunity, in full creative control sometimes, full or partial creative control, depending on the situation, to actually, make the corrections that they want, and then say like, okay, this is the better improved version. I'll be honest, like Erasmus the Elf has been sitting on Amazon for years, and I know that my 13-year-old self was not, exactly a wordsmith, and I've had to like hold my hand back multiple times, like, do I want to make changes? I can make a different edition and correct everything I did in here. It was like, that's not. I've got other things to do. I've got other projects. Same with Music Girl remakes. The only reason I do one a year is because Aiden had to, persuade me for months to even indulge in that idea, and even then, the story's exactly the same. It's just a technical thing.
Also, Jacob, I just thought of something.
Yeah.
There is a villain in Monster Compendium that is teased lightly in episode 1.
Yeah.
That would be like me skipping all of the other episodes to introduce her right in the second episode without any build-up or explanation in the slightest.
It's like Glossaryx spending an entire season of Star vs. Force of Evil going, Globgor! And they just see like he points and Globgor's like right behind you. It's like, oh, okay. I guess you're here now. Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of people know I am rewriting season 1 after I finish the other seasons of Komai, right? Like,
yeah, at least you're giving us enough time for that.
I am planning to make sure I have some of the original story in season 1 where it still feels like the same, but also different, where it's much more clear, if that makes sense. Where it's like there's extended scenes and the dialogue is better and it feels more like completed, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying that to change the entire story. I'm not saying that Rick Riordan regrets not making Percy a son of Hades or something. It's just just minor things in the grand scheme of things.
Jacob, I have a horrible...
The son of Hades and Nico, the son of Poseidon. Yeah, that's a great change. Why not? It would be fun. Yeah. And Percy has a sister named Bianca instead of Nico, make it more interesting. Like...
Yeah, and actually, Jacob, there was no time. Yeah?
you're involved in the behind the scenes of Monster Compendium. I'm going to make a horrible joke.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
That would be like going straight from the pilot to exposure
Okay.
without anything in the middle.
Yeah. So to segue back to what I was saying about, like the whole the whole like authors like having, that chance. Essentially, that's similar to what Johnny was given here. An opportunity, he's obviously got full creative control because, it's his channel again, still his show. But he had a chance to essentially correct a lot of the stuff that was going on, and possibly that is what is happening. The problem is that it seems like by doing that, he's just creating more issues for himself that were not present originally, and making the revival series much more like underwhelming than the original. Because like, on a technical level, it feels like very similar. We don't have as many default poses, nor do we. The expressions have improved a bit, slightly. I see Ghosty's frozen. So I'm not talking to the ether right now. I'm still online.
No,
Okay, never mind.
I'm not frozen. I'm still here.
You're fine.
I
Okay.
just have my head down because I'm trying to wrap my head around
And
all
I'm
of
just
Johnny's
staying
creative
quiet till,
decisions.
like, you talk and everything like that. Cause,
Okay, no, I'm just all right. Yeah, just wanted to make sure.
fair
So
enough.
so yeah, like all and yeah, from the original, we also I think at least like the spelling, punctuation, and grammar is also improved, but stuff like that. But like apart from that, visually it's more or less the same. So it's only the story that seems to be, had much of a variation to it, and the story is actually being hindered because of this. So again, Joe's been given us this opportunity through terrible circumstances, but since they have happened and we can't turn back time, make the most of that. But that doesn't seem to be what's happening.
If you could go back time to the olden days.
When the Disco Pop's original series wasn't deleted. Anyway, yeah.
Like, Johnny has been given a grand opportunity, and right now it is being thoroughly squandered by poor writing decisions.
Yeah. Oh well, that's. I think that was our final thoughts because we already covered everything else that was an issue with this.
Slower pace, make a script better.
Please do your research.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. If these episodes take longer to produce, then honestly, that's fine because people's, if they're engaged enough with the story and you create enough hype for them, they're going to want to return. I should know. I've been milking the same show for 5 years, so clearly there's not much of an expiration date with this stuff. So yeah, hope that continues to go well, and I guess we'll see what Eurovision Pops looks like after this, because I guess I've broken my rule of basing my opinions of a piece of media on the promotional material.
3.5 out of 10 for this. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And that's me being merciful.
Again, I never
Yeah,
know what
I know,
to say
you
for
don't
these
rate
grades.
it. I am rating. I don't know why.
Okay.
I don't have a grade. My grade is please do better.
Do better.
Oh my goodness.
Like, I watch these gacha reviews because I like to look at people's content and see how they improve over time. And when it comes to Johnny, I've seen the series somehow downgrade.
I do agree with trying to see people improve. That's the reason I tend to start with the oldest videos on people's channels. Everyone's like, why do you always go back to the old stuff? It's like, well, because I want to see how it evolves. And also sometimes it's important for continuity reasons. In this series, continuity is more of a suggestion than a continuity convention. More like continuity suggestion. It's because there's a Chuckles quote about the Geneva Convention, so that's why Ghosty got it. Anyway.
I got it.
Ever since
All right.
you've been doing a lot of chuckles, I keep getting chuckles on my social media, and I don't know why. I think you cursed my social media, Jacob.
Actually, no, that's because the Legend of Adventurous is really big right now.
You brought chuckles to my social media.
Oh, Ashley! You see why it's so fun? You see this is my origin story?
Yes, now I see it. And I'm afraid for the stream I have planned for you and everybody else later, because you're going to find a way to murder me, aren't you? I'm going to die.
Well, I mean, I only have one voice that has that effect on you, and you made me promise not to ever do it again, so... Yeah, I don't know. Well, yeah, we'll see, because you said that, was it Henri you said was the... that we were... Oh, Ari. There you go, almost. I'd better put an N in there for some reason.
I believe that you and Ari are going to gang up on me and just ruin my entire afternoon. Which is something that I'm oddly looking forward to.
Yeah. By the way, at some point, I mentioned this previously, but I want to do a stream at some point where partly an excuse to keep editing Mutant Girl while stream time is going on, but also so I can recreate Ashley for a bit. But I want to do like that pickup line competition thing, but like get 3 people as judges. And like have other contestants doing pickup lines in character voices and see how that and see how that goes.
I know who can be a judge. KW.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I had KW in mind as one of the judges. Yeah.
I'm a judge. Oh no. Oh no. Do you remember what happened after we stopped live streaming? You guys kept doing pickup lines.
Yes, that's where I got the idea from.
Oh boy. I'm gonna die, guys. You're never gonna see me ever.
I've had my fair share of pies to the face, but none of them were as delicious as you.
And here we see KW fall into the void.
It's so fun. It's so addicting. It's...
No,
like, at this point, we're going to give Bon enough material to make another compilation.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine Bon makes a YouTube short of, like, me doing a Chuckles impression and people actually confuse it for, like, people think, wait, when did Mikey do this? Anyway.
Mikey, but PG-13.
Yeah, I was good. Yeah, I am Kids Bop Chuckles, if that.
Kids Bop Chuckles!
Oh, hey, Johnny, go after us in time. We're about to finish this stream, so I guess enjoy the VOD, I suppose.
Johnny, do better. Study. That's all I have to say for you.
Oh, there you go.
Look into purchasing a map?
He's not gonna get why we're saying that. Yeah, honestly, yeah, we'll watch the VOD. Oh my, we're an hour and 59 again, and I'm not gonna do the outro in time to not make it in time. So yeah, please leave a like or dislike as European matches got done already. And that until I say farewell. Dang it, I didn't press the button in time. We're on 2 hours now. Except for the fact that the music is there, so I'm gonna take out that portion at the beginning, so it's not gonna be 2 hours. Too bad, BB.